Forgetting is a big problem with perseverance. You recall that I talked about this visual that helps me a lot of being lined up like this, where like almost like sights on a gun. I am very, very focused, and I see clearly. There's a moment of clarity, and I know the will of God for me, whether it's written in Scripture or whether it's in my spirit. This is what you have for me, Lord. And then I start getting pulled by time or money or other priorities or people's problems and this and that or all that, and life gets messy. And we must persevere in that we call a halt to this craziness and we get back to this. We set our hearts and minds, right? In the power of Jesus, not our own strength, we set our hearts and minds deliberately on Him, eyes on Jesus. And when we forget what God has told us, if we don't go back to this, and this starts happening, we have lost our point of reference, and we just find ourselves kind of floating, and life is just like a dear friend of mine says, it becomes just another day in the washing machine. And you're just kind of bouncing around, and they're like clothes in a washing machine. And you lose sense of direction and what matters and where are we going? Where were we and where are we going? What's the plan? I don't know. And you're just trying to survive today. And that's all it is. And so that's where life just turns into this, a lot of noise. Back to Hebrews chapter 12. He says, you have forgotten the word of encouragement that addresses you as sons. So we don't want to forget, right? We don't want to be a forgetful hearer. We want to be a doer, like James says. You've forgotten that word of encouragement or exhortation. So what we're about to read, which is from Proverbs chapter 3 and quoted here, is a word of what? Scolding? Exhortation. A word of bitterness and rage? No. Exhortation and encouragement. And here's what it says.